Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Jake Gordon and Alex Lord. The Falcons have a matchup with the Lions this week. It's by far, I know you said it yesterday, Alex, but I want to reiterate it. It's by far the toughest test for this defense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They have a versatile passing game, especially with Jahmyr Gibbs. I know we talked about him not utilizing him enough, but he's going to be used a lot as a pass catcher out of the backfield. Amon St. Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the league that nobody talks about. And Jared Goff. How good is Jared Goff? He was written off in LA. LA wins the Super Bowl, but it wasn't like he was bad in LA. It wasn't like he was bad. He just wasn't enough to win the Super Bowl, according to Sean McVay. And then he goes to Detroit, and he's like reviving his career. I don't know if it needed reviving, but he has now entered his name into the conversation as, I think, one of the best. At least he's definitely one of the best 15, potentially best 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, no. So I said the same thing yesterday. I mean, Alex just on the same wavelength with this. Jared Goff, easily the best quarterback they've faced so far. Penei Sewell, easily the best tackle they've faced so far. I guess with no Aaron Jones, that Jahmyr Gibbs, even as a rookie, will be the best running back they've faced so far. Amon-Ra St. Brown, far and away the best wide receiver they've faced so far. Like, this is going to be a good litmus test for this defense. I think that the Lions are so underrated offensively. I think they're kind of just like they're like on the cusp, like they're right there. But one thing you cannot debate is like this team has an explosive offense, and Jared Goff, I think, is a really good quarterback. I've said this many times, and a lot of people laugh at this opinion. A couple years ago, it's not that funny anymore. I would say he's a lot closer to one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the league than one of the 10 worst, and he's showing it this year. He is like, if you talk about just like play this year, he's probably been one of the 5 best quarterbacks. He's been incredible.
I want to go through and address each one of some of the things you guys said. Chase, you said something about Sean McVay. Sean McVay was right. I mean, he got Matthew Stafford, who is what we probably consider a better quarterback than Jared Goff, and immediately won a Super Bowl. So he was right. Second of all, Chris Olave, put some respect on that guy's name. I hate the Saints. That guy's a stud. I'd probably take St. Brown over him, but Chris Olave is right there, in my opinion. Yeah, I think a lot of credit should be given to Jared Goff, absolutely. But the mastermind behind that entire offense is Ben Johnson. He's up next. He'll be a head coach sooner or later. I promise that. He's the offensive coordinator up there in Detroit, and he's a sicko. He's in the same vein as Arthur Smith, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, with that run game that looks eerily similar, regardless of the personnel out there. The passing concepts are far and away more advanced than what Arthur Smith has. But their offensive line, they are down one of their starting guards, and I'm not going to even try and mention his name. It's a very long Pacific Islander name. But so that is a big blow for them. Same with David Montgomery. But, we've seen Arthur Smith, all these other guys. It doesn't really matter who's carrying the ball. It does, he can elevate your offense. But as long as you got that offensive line and the scheme working, it doesn't really matter who's behind the quarterback. And that's the case for the Lions as well. This is by far the toughest test for this Falcons defense. I'm super, super excited to watch this game because, it is a great litmus test because we all think that, not just we, everybody generally thinks the Lions are going to win the NFC North and probably punch their ticket to the playoffs. This is a great litmus test for a Falcons team that we all think is a playoff contender. They play similar brands of football. Dan Campbell, Arthur Smith would be an underrated cage match. They both want to run the ball, bite each other's knees off. I'm super excited to watch this game Sunday.
I want to stick with the quarterback conversation, though. Let's throw some names out there that I think people would think that are in like the 8 to 14 range. And you tell me if you'd rather have Jared Goff over them. Kirk Cousins.
Yes, give me Goff. So yes for Goff, no for
I would rather have Kirk Cousins. I think. But
okay. Let's set some parameters. Are we doing like contract, age? Like, are we considering these things?
Just like if you had a game next week, who you had the exact same team behind.
I just chose Goff on waivers over Cousins, so I guess I have to say Goff.
Derek Carr.
Goff.
I'm with you there. Let's look. I'm trying to go through each division. The NFC West. Geno Smith.
Goff.
I agree. Stafford right now.
Stafford. I'll take Stafford still. That's not me being a homer. He's been good this year.
I think that's good. Brock Purdy.
Goff.
Goff.
Unquestionably Goff by a mile.
I think you put.
That's
Goff
funny.
I think Goff and Kyle Shanahan's offense would be scary hours.
First pick of the draft against.
We already
the
saw it in
last
Sean
pick of the draft.
McVay's. He's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Let's not blow it out of proportion.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know about
He
that.
couldn't win a Super Bowl. He was pedestrian in that Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
he had
And then
like
they got a quarterback who can elevate the
went-
offense, and then
He
they
went to the Super Bowl. You act like he did. You act like he had no
that
success.
was all right. Come on, guys.
You act
Let's
like
not
he had no
Whatever.
success. Okay,
Whatever.
I
Keep going.
think
Keep
you're
going.
tripping. He also could be better. It's not out of the realm of possibilities that he got better. Let's go to the AFC.
I do.
I mean, somebody like Justin Herbert, like he's like challenging somebody like Justin Herbert. I feel like.
Oh, I don't think that.
I don't think so
I
either.
would. I wouldn't
That's
go that
crazy.
far.
The Chargers are such a
That's challenging.
dysfunctional
I don't know,
organization.
dude. I think
They should have
Herbert's
fired
seventh
that
or eighth.
coach.
I'm definitely taking him over Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, good Lord. I don't know. He wasn't even that bad. That Broncos defense is horrid for whatever reason. They have studs.
I'm definitely
in there.
taking him over Deshaun Watson.
Oh, my goodness. What is going on with him?
Herbert.
We probably need to have a whole segment about that.
We need
Because
to
the
do that.
The Falcons dodged an entire bullet with that
Yes,
Deshaun Watson deal because
Yes, they
holy hell, that looks like a mess.
We don't want to be early on that.
I would definitely.
Dak's right in that conversation.
Yeah,
I'd
Dak.
rather have
I'd probably Dak and
I'd
Goff
rather
are
have
kind of
Dak.
neck and neck for me. I'd probably take Dak, but it's close.
I could understand. I could understand taking Jared Goff over Dak, but I think that's close. Burrow, I know he's been bad, but I'm still taking Burrow. Lamar, I'm taking Lamar.
But also Burrow, to your point, like he's one of those guys that is better than Goff, but Goff has undoubtedly played a million times better than he
Oh,
has
a million
this year.
times better this year, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I guess AFC East, you're definitely taking him over Mac, even though
Yeah.
Mac's my guy. Tua, I'm going Tua.
Yeah, Tua's been pretty good this
Tua's
year.
a top 3 quarterback in the league right now.
Who else is in
I
the
don't know about
AFC?
that.
Playing like it.
I mean, yeah, he's had the
I mean,
best
Aaron
season for sure.
Aaron Rodgers, you can't really count. Zach Wilson, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I would take Aaron Rodgers, but he's
I'd
injured.
take Aaron Rodgers.
And
Josh
then Josh
Allen.
Allen, I'm taking Josh Allen. Even though I think Josh Allen is overrated as hell, but I'll still take Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Is there anyone we're missing?
Trevor Lawrence. I'm taking Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
over him.
Lawrence.
I'd probably take Trevor Lawrence too, but that one's another one that's close.
Anyone else?
For the future,
Tannehill?
obviously.
Definitely
but-
Goff
Who?
over Tannehill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're just naming guys.
Anthony Richardson. Anthony
He's
Richardson.
out. He's hurt. Gardner Minshew. It's Minshew time.
CJ
baby.
Stroud definitely. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, like there's probably 7-8 guys that you're like, okay, I'll take him over. After
Jimmy
that,
G?
all right, stop.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop. Stop it. I mean, the conversation is worth being at. He's definitely in that 9 to 12 range.
I posed the question.
Think so,
I was like,
too.
is he top 10? And then I said at the end, and by top 10, I mean like 9 to 10. Like, I think that's a good range for him. But, like, if you're talking about the guys who have played, like, just performance this year, he's definitely he's top 5 in terms of performance. So the Falcons do have a tough test. Like, I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this defense up against an offense like this. I'm also excited to see the Falcons offense up against a defense like they're about to play because they should be able to have their way with the Lions defense. They really should, especially with all the injuries. They should be able to put up some points. They should be able to run the ball like crazy, and they should be able to pass the ball like crazy against this Lions defense. So I think we're going to have a different test than we have had in the last 2 weeks. It could be a little bit of fireworks. Coming up after the break, we're going to break down a huge week in the Big Ten, and then after that, a huge week in the Pac-12.